Hello, thank you for watching and coming back to my channel. Hope you're all okay. So today we're talking about Zen. So I have got a Zen colouring book which I've had for a few years and I've been colouring in as a way of mindfulness. So what I've done is I've actually cut some of those patterns out, popped them in the moulds, and I'm going to top them up with Jesmonite. So let's see how they turn out and do they run. And if you are here, please remember to press like and subscribe on this video, and we will see how these turn out. So thank you and let's go. So I have mixed up my Jesmonite and I do want to make these black. So I've got my eyelash mould for my false eyelashes, and I've also got my other mould. Now I do put some mica powder on this to give it that violet look on this particular one, but we're more concentrating on the other mould, as this one was just a let's see how it works. This is the first time I've actually used this eyelash mould with this paper. It did turn out okay. I was happy with it, but the other one was like, oh, I loved it so much. And to be fair, while recording this, again, anyone having issues with storage, please give me some tips, because every time I'm recording these, my phone's becoming too full and I don't have an external like a memory slot on my phone, so it does make it difficult to actually record these sometimes. So I have to keep transferring data and removing stuff. So yeah, so while I was trying to demold at one point, it stopped recording, so there might be a little bit where it misses during the recording. But yeah, I put the mica powder on and then I top this up. Now I haven't actually mixed my Jesmonite at this point. It's just my liquid's waiting and my base is waiting, so I've not actually done the full mix yet. I don't think I have. Did I? I can't remember now. No, I wouldn't have just left that there. I would have been in anxiety mode. So yeah, I just pop those all in, get it all mixed and add the black too. So did I have that mixed? I can't remember if I had that mixed. No, there we go. I was trying to work out, surely I wouldn't have left that there. I would have given everyone a little heart attack going, quick, pour it. But no, I mix this all in. I do add black pigment because I do want a black base for this. Now, using these Zen papers, they are really thin, so not as thin as the decoupage that I actually did, but they're thin. And with it being felt tip that I've used to colour these colour, you know, like this picture in, I weren't sure if this would mold these colours would run. So this is what this is all about. It's just making sure that they're not running, and you are able to use something like this. So yeah, it was like a bit of a light bulb moment when I was doing some colouring and going, oh god, this would look so well in a mould or in a tray. And the actual pattern, as you can see from obviously the thumbnail, is stunning. I love it. And the way that it's coloured in is vibrant, and you can make these unique again to yourself. It's not like it's copied. Now I did try and do something here. You can see there's a little syringe there, because I weren't sure how I was going to get this poured around, and I actually did put too much black in there. But it did set really, really well actually, to be fair, because I wanted it to be very dark and vibrant with the black. Quick, cover it up before it pours because that stuff stains. So yeah, the actual mould with the butterfly in, it was really thin around the edge and I weren't sure how I was going to get it. So I thought I'll use a syringe to try and get down the edges to see if I can block any of the air bubbles out. My hands don't work. I've got a neuromuscular disease, and sometimes it literally doesn't allow me to grab or pick it all up. So it was like, oh, I give up. I just can't grip this. So I decided to just pour. So yeah, I pushed this all in, and yeah, just give it a shimmy. And you know what? I don't know why I just didn't just do that to begin with. It was quicker just to do it like that. And again, I think I just shimmy it, tap it around to remove any air bubbles. But this was the first time I'd actually demolded the eyelash mould. So this is the first time I've poured this and seen how it turns out. So that was just a bit of a run, and I do go around the edge with a cocktail stick just to break any air bubbles, but just don't press it too hard. I don't want you scratching your mould. So it's just a way of just lightly, gently going around and breaking that up. And then I'll just pour the rest into here, into this new, so these are all new moulds that I'm just testing out, but the Zen pictures, I just think they were so good to go into here. And yeah, they were stunning when they were demolded, and I absolutely loved them. Yeah, I just give it a tap. I've never tapped it like this before, but this actually works okay because it breaks the surface from any bubbles that are appearing, and it just helps tap it down. So I've actually tapped it across the mould and then give it a bit of a little bit of shimmy, and then it then resettles it. So it did actually cure really, really well, and very minimal bubbles were there. So tapping it across like this that I'm doing did help, and it did break some of the surface bubbles that appear on the top when they rise. So yeah, I was really chuffed at the fact that I did that. I don't know why I don't do that. And this here was quick, get it in water before it sets. So that's what I was doing. So this is just going around the edge, just tapping it up, because obviously you can see those lines where I'd broken the surface, but it just, yeah, it did it. It just settled, and any surface bubbles I just pop with a cocktail stick. But it did work really well, and I didn't want to move them too much because I didn't want it to move the paper or cause any creases, because I know how thin it was. But this is a demold. Again, always checking my mixing bowls just to make sure it's hard enough for me to demold. It's something I've always started doing, and this was a bit of a nervous one because I've not used actual paper, so A4 paper. I weren't sure if when you demold it, it would rip away, because I've always used a thicker card or decoupage and things like that. So, but it did. It demolded perfectly. I know that there was some seepage, and while it was still damp, I was able to break some of it away without causing any ripping. But yeah, this mould was absolutely stunning. And the fact that how I've coloured this in the past, oh, I love it. I love it so much. It is, I don't know, it's just beautiful. I think it would go really, really well with a plant pot on the top, but it needed to be sealed. The only thing that I have noticed is I use Resonate Protect It sealer. And because of this eyelash mould, it was a test for me. I did use that on the butterflies that I did. So when I demold this, however, I had a bit of a blonde moment here. Sorry if I always call it this. Sorry, I do apologise. I had a bit of a moment because I actually thought those butterflies would be on the top of the mould, but it on top of the tray, but it weren't. It's on the bottom. So I was like, well, that was a waste. I wanted it on the top. Didn't think how it would demold and how it would go together. I was like, oh, okay, it's on the inside. I want it on the top, but it never worked. But I did protect it on here at a later stage, because I didn't want to put resin in it. Protect It does run felt tip no matter how old it is. So if anyone knows how to protect that and seal it without having to use resin, without running any felt tip, that would be great. Now at this stage I was like, right, I don't want to protect this because I don't want the colours to run, so I'm going to try resin. So I do a top coat of resin on here, and how I do that is I do go around the edge with my blue tape, so my free blue M tape, because it's easier to rip away. It doesn't stick too much if it's moved off at a particular stage from the resin. And always add a little bit of heat as well if it's over cured, because that does actually allow this tape to come away as well. So this is 3M tape. You can get this from anywhere, I think. It's like a bit like masking tape. And then I filled this mould then with resin. So this was like my top coat day. I did a lot of my Jesmonite trays and everything on this particular stage and top coated everything. But this is it. Absolutely, I love it. My mum absolutely loves this one, and that's it curing in the mold. And I was like, this is going to be absolutely stunning. It does take some of the colour, it does dull it down. It's not as vibrant as it would do if you didn't use resin, but I think this was the best way of protecting it. But thank you for your time. I know it's a long video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Any comments below, would love to hear from you. And thank you, and I'll see you on my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.